Diane, good evening from what essentially is a wall they're building out here in the ocean about 8 miles offshore. These are sandbags that have been dropped here all day long, a clear-cut example of one more state taking action into its own hands. They know the pressure is increasing on BP, but they don't have time to waste. The oil is right behind me.
We're going to be lifting up about 7,000 pounds worth of sandbags.
Today they brought us on board. 8 weeks in, Louisiana's governor has told the Guard there is no time to wait for BP. We're flying about 8 or 9 miles out in this Black Hawk. BP's paying for this.
Yes.
You're keeping a tab.
They're keeping a tab.
Meantime, back at the effort tonight to build that wall, protecting the barrier island from the oil that's out further. You can see them dropping another bag here now. They say they are waiting for answers just like everyone else. And in the meantime, they're going to continue their efforts. They'll be back here again tomorrow, Diane. Late today, we asked Louisiana's governor about this delayed decision. He told us the stakes are very high.
We're at a point where we cannot afford for them to make this worse. We cannot afford for them to do damage to this well.
David Muir reports from Baton Rouge, Louisiana for us tonight. David.
Diane, as you know, this all began to move so swiftly as people around the country watched that live BP feed. It was 1:30 Eastern when they said they closed that final valve. You can see it on your screen, and this is what the valve looks like right here. It's what they call a choke line, and they closed it with success. It was a little more than 2 hours later, the alert from BP that they had stopped all of the oil. And take a look at this. This is what that cap looks like in the sea. 3 of these stacked on top of one another. BP confirms no more oil going into the Gulf of Mexico. 3:25 Eastern.
Well, that's great news.
8,000 to 9,000 psi, pounds per square inch. Anything 6,000 psi or lower is trouble. Does that mean oil is leaking elsewhere from the well?
That means oil would be leaking elsewhere from the well, and they would have to start siphoning it off again to minimize the amount leaked.
In fact, the Coast Guard signaling all day today that siphoning the oil is still a real possibility, that they would return to that, reminding everyone that the ultimate solution here are those relief wells and the mud that they plan to fill that troubled well with. And Diane, look, they are making it in Louisiana tonight. That thick dirt from the backyard mixed with chemicals from toothpaste and makeup, believe it or not. It is quite thick.
That is an exotic solution. Thank you, David.